Alrighty guys, welcome back. It's another morning. We are going to take the Z3, as you can tell, off to a little trip today. As I said, I don't really know what the plan is with this car, so it's kind of been up in the air. And I have listed it on Marketplace for a while just to see, gauge the interest in it, that kind of thing. But we messaged a few guys on Marketplace about possibly doing some trades. Well, we're gonna go check out one of those possible trade cars today and see what it's looking like. So if it ends up working out and I do end up trading for it, you'll see this footage, and if not, then I guess I'll just trash it. But yeah, we're gonna go drive into Texas, check this car out, and then we're also picking up a part for the E46. So it's kind of like a two birds in one stone sort of thing. But yeah, let's get going and get on the road. You'd seen was taking that little trip in the Z3. Obviously the Z3 is still sitting pretty over there under its cover, so that trade ended up not going through, which is fine. That was the whole point, just to go see, check it out. Just decided that wasn't necessarily worth it to trade the Z for that car, especially after the 6-hour round trip, and the Z didn't have any issues or anything like that. So but anyways, we still picked up the part that we were going for the Coupe. We got that pulled up, ready to start wrenching on it, and this is what we picked up for it. So as I said in some of the other videos, pretty much the last things we're waiting on would be a bucket seat and then the cooling system refresh kit. Well, we finally got around to getting a nice new bucket seat for it. Keep me a little more solid mounted in there, so I'm not sliding around and whatnot, and it just looks nice. Finally found one for a good deal that wasn't crazy expensive. It's a nice little Corbeau FX1 Pro. It fits me like pretty well. I really can't gain any more weight. Like, I can't get that much bigger, but no, it definitely fits really nice. It's nice and snug, and pretty much at the hips it meets perfectly, and then at the shoulders too, I'll be pretty much locked in. So we'll go ahead and get the old seat out, and then we'll start chucking in the new Corbeau. And for the brackets, I went with it's an Australian brand that I had to do some digging to find, because I wanted like a specific type, and the reason I went with them is because they have a bracket welded on so that you can use your OEM seatbelt tensioner assembly, and I'm not really at the point yet that I want to run a harness and bars in the back and stuff like that. So this is like a really good medium. They were kind of expensive, especially with the international shipping and whatnot, but they look like a really nice product. And then obviously it gives us that ease of use that I can just use the OEM seatbelt tensioner. So really happy I found them. I've been sitting on these for quite a few months until I was able to find a bucket seat, and we finally got that. So definitely gonna be a good day today. Again, just one step closer getting the car ready for next season. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I've pulled the seat off before. If you had watched back in some of my previous videos, these seats aren't the original E46 Coupe seats. They are actually off of an E36 Coupe, because my old ones were super old, and they were the sport seats, so they were pretty nice as far as compared to just a normal non-sport seat, but the leather was all ripped and everything. So I found these ones for a good deal. Leather's in super good shape. The only issue I had with them is that you sit a little off to the right of center. So But other than that, they've been good so far. They're super comfortable. I'll probably keep this seat, even though we're swapping the bucket, just to have it in case I decide to take this on any long trips or anything. I'd probably want to switch to a more comfortable, long drivable seat. So, but yeah, just the normal stuff. 2 nuts in the front, and then 2 bolts in the back, and then this should be able to come out. So it's 16 mil for the bolts and nuts on the seat. There's that first one out, and that second one out. So it goes up there. Then we'll go ahead and slide the seat back. So we can get to our nuts now. I got the last nut off, and the seat is free. And if you're removing your OEM seats, there's going to be a connector on the bottom, so you'll just unplug that. Typically you'd want to probably disconnect the battery first, but since these are E46 seats, the connector is different, and mine was already unplugged, so no need to worry about that. Shit. All right, well, that stock seat is out. And you saw me kind of struggle pulling the seat out. Well, I wouldn't say struggle, but it whew. The OEM seats are gonna be, kind of heavy. They got all that padding, the whole assembly, the rails and all that stuff. I'm not sure what it weighs off the top of my head, but I was looking up the Corbeau, and look how just super light this is. I think it weighs like 17 pounds, is what their website said. So super lightweight. Definitely gonna save us a little weight there too. That's not the main goal, but obviously, it's kind of a nice addition to it. So yeah, there we go, man. Got the old one out, and the only thing we need off of this one is the seatbelt tensioner. So I believe that we'll have to pull this bolt and this one, and then this whole piece should come free. Alrighty, well, we have pulled the tensioner assembly off, but as you can see, it's like pretty shitty and snapped right there. And the E36s is different from the E46s, so it's not just a T50 Torx that holds it in. It's just this nut. And with the bracket, the way I was telling you, this weld is for a T50 bolt that obviously I don't have, because that's on a T50. That's like a T35 or 40, and it's to hold like the frame of it together. So I don't have that for now, and I don't really want to use this tensioner since it is like kind of snapped right there. We have a pull it or pick and pull it in town. I'm gonna try and go later, but for right now, let's just go ahead and get the seat mocked up in there on the sides. We'll just get it mocked up and then put it in the car loosely, and then head over to that pick and pull. So it tells you to pull out, put these on over all of the mounting areas. Alright, so we've got it somewhat mocked up. We're just gonna go on the furthest back hole, second level, and then in the first on the front, so it'll pitch it up a little bit, and then we'll see what that feels like. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and see what that feels like. So I'm gonna need forward a bit, which is fine. We'll just chuck this forward. Yeah, let's go ahead and move it forward one. I do feel like pretty centered though. So that's pretty dope. So we got back from the junkyard and really we only needed this. This is the tensioner out of an E46. It's the same, so it doesn't really matter if sedan or coupe, but I pulled this off of a sedan. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But anyways, we got this now, and that's what we need. And then while I was there, I just picked up some other stuff that caught my eyes, just like one of the home links that was chilling. Look, it's in good shape, so I just went ahead and took it, whatever. Then I picked up some black trim, because mine's this piece on mine's snapped, so I just picked up some new pieces. They're not like in awful condition, but they're not in great condition, but they didn't look too bad, so I picked those up as well. And then there's a coupe there that's got a black seats. I already cleaned this one up. It was a little dirty, so I got just the bottom part of the seats for now, and then I'm gonna try and go back sometime later and get the rest of the seats, rest of the back seats. But yeah, it cleaned up real nice, so that's cool. It was a little wet, so we're just letting it dry out here while we do the rest of it. But anyways, I pulled this out of a really crusty sedan, and I just want to clean this kind of nasty shit up, so we're just gonna hit it with the wire wheel and then go over it real quick. Alright, well, now that we've got it somewhat cleaned up, we can go ahead and bolt this down to the welded bung right there. Get our torque wrench. It is 35 foot-pounds for the seatbelt tensioner on. See which hole we want to put it on. It's gonna be chilling. So we'll just go ahead and put it in the top one for now, and see how that does for us. Just let that sit there loosely so we can still tighten this one down. I think we're actually gonna move it up one though. Got our seating position figured out. So we got our brackets set. We did have to modify one of the holes. So if you can see right here, we had to Dremel this out a little bit more because there wasn't enough room to get the bolt in when everything else was lined up. So we're putting everything in like the middle mark on the bottom bracket. So Dremeled that out, and we have enough room for it now. So that's all good to go. Then we'll go ahead and put our tensioner assembly on as well now that we've got everything else good to go. Cool, 35, that's all torqued. We just tightened the Allens pretty much, you know, as tight as they could get relatively. So that's gonna be nice and solid now. Then we can go ahead and get it in the car. Just gotta seat everything. Well, just like the end of most of my videos, it's dark now. It took me pretty much all day, but that's because we had to run to the junkyard and grab stuff and whatnot. But anyways, seat's all in. It's all hard mounted now. Got all our hardware in. The hardware gets torqued to 33 foot-pounds for the two nuts in the front, and then two bolts in the back. And then we just ran our seat belts through the side right here, and then obviously back down to the bar, and then that bolt, that T50, gets torqued to 23 foot-pounds. But yeah, everything's good. It's super solid in there. Got our OEM seatbelt tensioner on that side as well. So yeah, it's all looking good. Alrighty guys, we got the bucket seat in. It's like stupid windy today. The weather's being really shitty, so bear with me with the audio. But we did end up getting the bucket seat in, and now it's daytime. You can see it a little bit better. I took some nice shots of it. I'll put those in there as well. But yeah, it's really nice. It looks good coming from the outside of the car. When I'm walking up to it, you can see it in there with the Corbeau logo on there. But yeah, really nice piece. But we'll go ahead, get in, and show you it. Yeah, I just washed all the cars too, and it decided to rain last night. Now they're all fucking dirty again. So that's sweet. But anyways, got that seat. Just looking good in there. Yeah, just a nice piece, really comfortable and really good shape. I really can't complain at all. So getting into it isn't quite as easy, right, as a normal seat, OEM seat, because you can't just like drop in with the buckets and all that stuff. So I kind of got to like put my hand on the door seal and then hop in. But no, I really like the seat. You get in and it's very centered, very tight, and it's still comfortable. You know, it's not like there's no padding. It's not just completely like a back breaker, but it's still pretty decent for like average daily driving. I'm not saying I would do any crazy long drives in it necessarily, but you could definitely go for quite a while without, you know, having any serious comfortability issues. But overall, it's a really good piece. Just one step closer with this car, getting it all set up, and I'm really happy with the progress we're making on it. Alrighty, well, I just decided to come inside and finish it up because it's getting so windy and nasty out there. I just felt like the audio was going to be pretty bad, but yeah, overall, I really like the seat, especially, you know, for the price we got it and everything. It's really good, so can't complain at all. It's crazy how much more confident you are in the car cornering and stuff like that when you upgrade to a bucket seat that really holds you in, because now you're not worried about sliding around and, you know, you got to use your legs to brace you and stuff like that. So that's a big difference. Going around corners, I'm just so much more confident in the car, and then I can do my thing as a driver and not have to worry about trying to hold myself in the position. And obviously it helps that we put those 200 tread wear tires on, so between those and the seat, there's a lot of confidence in the car going around corners and just having grip. So yeah, overall, great mod. That's probably one of the biggest differences of a lot of the stuff I've done, just in feel, which obviously, you know, makes sense. But yeah, super good day, real nice install, and yeah, we'll see what keeps coming for the cars. So if y'all liked it, please stay tuned, follow the progress on the car, and you know, the season's gonna be here before I know it. So I'm excited to finally be able to use it for what I am building it for, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a good time for sure. So thank y'all for watching. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye.